See if that worked. Okay, just started the recording. We're going to look at what you guys got so far. Okay, Sarah, tell us what you got.
Okay, so Ashley and me and Noah kind of all decided on the logo like at one time all together because we all just kind of started drawing and like sending messages back and forth of like different sketches and stuff. So we came across I decided to use a hexagon because it is the strongest shape, and then she added it like a P kind of shape to it, and then we were like, we need something organic to it to go with the environmentally friendly part. So we added the A as the nature aspect of it, and so I chose like the font to go with it because it looked like the lines that she used for the P. So that's how we got to that.
Great use of the, just for the logo, great use of some hard geometric and then adding the round font for the organic. Great.
This is just the little description that I copied off of the description of the company itself off the group project page.
Great.
This is the logo page in black and white and in color.
Okay.
This is the color page. I showed both colors, but I chose black as a background, so I did an outline for the black and then wrote down the CMYK RGB hex.
Right.
So I just explained why I chose those and put those there.
Okay.
Here's the typography we chose.
And what typeface is that? That's the name of it?
Neoteric, yes.
Interesting.
We use that for the logo and headings, and then the @new round is for the body copy.
Where'd you find that Neoteric type? I've just never seen it before, but it looks good. What?
Yeah, I liked it too. Dafont.com.
Dafont, which is a great place. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I usually go. And then here's the clear space. I just said that you need to keep it 0.5 inches away from the logo.
Ah, okay.
So that's what I have.
Okay. Well, I would say brain guide wise, that's looking pretty good. The only thing you have, I think it's really good that you put the little description of the company in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And go back up to that real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good. Logo, great. So here is your chance. You talk about the world's strongest wood. You've got the logo there. You could either make the text smaller and add another paragraph, or just add some images to this. So you have decided you want your geometric and your rounded typeface. So then what kind of imagery is the architecture firm going to use? You know, like patterns for their office or ads for their, brochure, Facebook, just,
I was trying to think of stuff like that, but I couldn't come up with much. So I was thinking
it could be
myself or just, I don't know.
Well, for example, so you mentioned, the hex is the strongest shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll find an example of that besides the logo, or where you got that. So that then you went with A being organic. Find a leaf, that has rounded edges or something like that. So it really is just you've explained it. So just give some imagery to go along with your explanation.
If I'm doing the like imagery stuff, should I make a separate page showing what to use? Because that was on like the list.
Yeah.
Or should I just put it in the background of this page?
Either one. Your choice.
Okay.
Your choice.
All right.
Go back to the black and white and color logo page.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The logo looks really good. The only thing that I think could improve the logo would be, I'm just trying to think if somehow you could add, the hexagon shapes are all lines and with no color.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. But you could, the main thing I'm thinking about is in the very far side of the P, that little box, the depth of the P.
Yeah.
Maybe those boxes could be a color. As a thought. Just try it. If it looks horrible, and I'd use the same color, that green.
Okay.
So that's a thought. The other thought is I think that the logo looks good like it is, but I want you to look at the places where you have it see-through. So right now the logo is completely glass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically. So what if you couldn't see through the leading edge of the P? So the P where it intersects A, and you couldn't see through that, and so you wouldn't be able to see the top part of the P. Just that little triangle. Take out the places where there's little triangles.
Okay.
See, so there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, where it makes it glass, make it like it's deep and you can see into the inside, but you can't see through the white edges of the P into the inside, if you get my drift.
I think I'm understanding, but I'm not sure completely.
I wish I could point with my stylus. Can you see you can't see my pointer moving around, right?
No.
No. You know what? I bet I could if I pulled, you've turned this up. You've turned this in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Unshare your screen.
Okay.
And let me try to share my screen and look at your logo, and then I'll be able to point with my little stylus. Let me do something first. I'm not sharing my screen right now because I'm trying to get your thing pulled up before I try to share it. And it's under deadline 1 or 2. There it is. Never mind. Did you submit each page separately?
I had to submit it into a zip folder because it had to be a bunch of JPEGs together. Because when I made it a PDF, it would mess it up and change the fonts and stuff.
Interesting. Bummer. Okay. So what page is the actual logo on?
The logo should be on page 3.
3. Okay. Just to save us some time there. There it is. So let's see now if I can actually. Can you guys see your logo?
Yes.
Okay, can you see my arrow? Oh, and there I am drawing. Okay, so here I'm drawing. Let's see. I need to make it a little thinner, perhaps. Let's see. Okay, so see here that little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of that line, this line, this line.
Oh, okay. So, all right, that makes sense.
Keep the depth, but make it so you can't see through that. And if it doesn't look good, then
looking at it from the side of it.
Right. Then go backwards, go back to the glass, but just see if perhaps that makes it a little stronger because you'll still have the depth, but you'll eliminate some of it'll simplify it a little bit.
Possibly. Yeah, I like that.
Well, and run it past your group too. Make sure they are okay.
Yeah, Ashley's the one who designed it, so I might get her to fix it since she knows it the best.
Yeah, get her to fix it. Make sure it's a group decision, and it's not the logo looks good like it is, so it's just a suggestion. Also, if we're being picky, see this line is straight up and down, and this is slanted. Is that on purpose?
What is slanted?
That's the vertical lines here and here.
I'm not seeing where you're pointing.
Oh, you're not seeing? The very bottom of the P. You see my little blue line? No, it's ended by. So the vertical lines are straight up and down on the top part right here
yeah,
of the logo, but they're slanted here. And that's okay because this is slanty. I just want to make sure that's on purpose. So just ask Ashley if that's on purpose.
Okay.
Okay. Like I like it. It's straight up here. This line slants straight up and down. Wonderful. And then these go, but did you want them straight up and down?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to lose my changes there. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good. And I like the layout. The layout of the brand guide looks good.
Thank you.
Okay. Are we back to, have I unshared? Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah, any other questions? Just talked about your group. So, and then I'm going to talk, let me see if I can't look at Kathy's and then stay on and I'll talk about the next phase and you can communicate that.
Okay.
Okay. Kathy, you still need me to pull up you have some things turned in, don't you?
Yeah, but that would be the proposal that I submitted last week.
Just the proposal. So it doesn't have the logo or anything in it?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I messaged them already to ask, like, have we even started or have we even touched based on it? Because you have to remember, this whole week has been really crazy for all of us. So,
okay.
And
well, let me talk about what we're doing going forward.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And then you guys stay on here for that. We'll talk about that. You guys can relay that to your team, and then you try to get some information from your team and come back on between now and 10:30, or make an appointment with me for tomorrow, or make sure someone can come on and talk to me on Wednesday to go through everything.
Okay.
Okay. So just a little bit going forward. So we've got the logo. We've got the brand guide, and now we're going to, I like to say, apply it to various things. In the assignment, it's called deliverables. And so with that, we're trying to have a whole business, sort of a business package, which includes the stationery envelope, business card, that type of thing. Then a brochure or a flyer, and then the car wrap, truck wrap, or storefront, some signage, where there can be stationary like storefront or mobile, like some type of vehicle. And not everyone, when I always say car wrap, I should say vehicle wrap. You don't have to limit yourself to a car. That's one of the great things about being in school is, in general, a business in real life has to limit it to a car. You guys are in school. You could put it on an airplane. Put it on a spaceship. So you don't have to do a car. But I do say car. Other people have done other things with the other groups. The architecture, it could be, I'm trying to think what that could be on. That's a mobile vehicle. It could be on a bulldozer. I don't know. So something, you don't have to limit yourself to the car. So I want to look a little bit at a few examples of first the business package and then at the car wrap ideas. And you guys have done, my impression, you guys in graphic design too, you guys have already done a car wrap, correct? Or a car design in that class?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Okay. So I put on the blackboard the examples from Photoshop of all the different trucks. Those are photographic examples. You can do it as a straight, what I call mechanical drawing also. And I'm trying to find examples of that, where it's just a black and white outline, sort of like a coloring book, and you put your design on it. That is okay too. And I'll talk about that. So let me share my screen again, and let me show you some examples of letterheads and car wraps. Can you guys see print magazine?
Yeah.
Best letterhead examples. Okay, so print magazine, it's a magazine, obviously, in a website for graphic design, on web design. And they have just some nice examples. And so remember, one of the things that I think is the easiest thing to forget is that you can use a background color. And this might cause you to change some of your coloring in your brand guide, and that's okay. You might want to add a third color. So here, for example, is not much of a background color. It's just beige, and then you have the logo, but some nice rules. Some nice rules in here, some addition of some rules that are different from the logo, something to think about. Also, this is a good way, once you do it, to present it. You can have the stationery envelope, letter, and business card front and back laid out, and you just take a picture of it like this, or scan it in and put it in, a Illustrator. Then don't forget to add some color. I think that is the hardest thing to do in this business package, is add some type of color to the thing. So you have your logo, that has some color. Where can you put some color? This is just a straight line. Here's some icons that are pretty straightforward. You could use some icons. Here's some imagery again. So how can you add some color to, here's adding some background stuff to it, a little bit more imagery, a little bit more funky. Now here's, obviously origami, adding some color, adding a really close up of the logo. There's a thought. Here again, some nice color, adding some color, so it's not just white with your logo. One of the problems with this in real life is if you try to print a green envelope, your client will balk at that because it's expensive. But again, we're in school. Our budget is unlimited. One of the things that I know students, I had a student of mine that was dying to print things in foil, like, silver foil. It was so expensive, but in school, she could, put it in there. CD, here's pencils. So you can always add more to it. Here's the jump drive. Again, this is very simple. And there's a logo, nothing much on there, but they have something else at least on the envelope. And the logo is complex. So at least the envelope, the stationery is or the front is, less complex than the back. So just some ideas. And I think that getting the secondary or getting the use of your colors in the business package is basically the thing to do with that. That is the thing that makes it interesting. I like that they've added the red here. Somehow get your color someplace else besides the logo. Whether that's a line down the side, it's on the envelope, the logo is big on the bottom, rounded business cards, whatever. So have you guys done a business card before? In InDesign?
I have.
Okay. There's a template. I mean, just go straight to the template. Then you just stick your stuff in there. Same with the letter. Just go straight to the template so that you're not messing around with the format of the letter per se and the margins and things like that. You can just go envelope. There's a template InDesign. You don't have to come up with the size. Now you can change the size, but I would recommend going with a standard size paper, standard size envelope, standard size business card, and then use your design skills to add to it. And they are templates in InDesign. I need to look to see if there's a rounded edge template. The last time I looked, it was just square. You can certainly round the edges. Have you guys ever gone to Vistaprint? Anyone ever used that? No?
I haven't.
You haven't? Vistaprint, and I'll share something else here. Oops. Vistaprint is free, so you can print free business cards, and they have a template too to download from InDesign. Then you put your design on it. You can pay or you can add to it. I'm not suggesting you guys pay, but they also have a template on it as well. Can you guys see the top rules for effective vehicle wrap? You guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay. This is on Blackboard. It's a document at the bottom. So one of the things that I think that, again, it's a little bit harder. basically you've got the vehicle. Try not to just stick the logo on there. And basically, the bigger the better. That's what's come out lately. I know things used to be small, and then you can see they're just adding some big swashes of colors. Oh, and they talk about don't use photos. You're using mainly your logo and this. They just divided the van in half. They use one color on top, one color on the bottom. That might, like for example, Sarah, you might decide to add a third color. You've got black, you've got green. What is the third color? White is always the third color. You're using black already. So here they've got 3 colors going on: the yellow, the brown, the blue, and the light yellow. Again, big, cut off, big, add the phone number. There's again, big color going all the way around. So that is the new thing this is sort of the older thing in vehicle wrap. Very common to just stick the name on there, the number, the small logo, whereas now putting the skyline, dividing the car somehow in half, and then putting the big logo on there. Bigger the better. So that is my counsel. Here it is just a logo with big swooshes of color all around it. It goes straight out of the logo. This is a little much. I think that's a little tacky. I like this much better. Well, this is the old one and the new one. So big swatches of color. And you've got the color. You've picked the color in your brand guide. You've picked the type. And you just have to use it. And I'd say my counsel lately has been the bigger the better. Cropped, great. Get out of here. Okay. And brochure-wise or flyer, because I think I said both flyer and brochure. I always like to look back what I wrote on the assignment. Brochure or catalog. So those are 4 pages at a minimum. You can always do more, but you got to at least have 4 pages. You can't have a 2-page catalog or brochure. So it's at least 4 pages. And it can be tall and skinny. It can be fat. It can be any size you want. Some people do very small. I got a really small brochure from someone. So it was half a sheet of paper. And it was a brochure. I don't think it was a quarter sheet of paper. I think it was a half sheet of paper. But then folded. So it was small. And it was effective. Maybe look at it. So anyway, questions on the next thing that we're doing?
So
okay. Kathy, go ahead.
My question, so just to reiterate, the next step is the vinyl, is like doing a brochure or the vinyl card or anything like that.
No, each person, I divide and conquer. You have to do all 3. So you have to do the business card package with the letterhead. Then you have to do the either store sign or wrap up and a brochure. So I'd say each person in the group's got to do one of those.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So that's on the deadline sheet, right?
Yep.
All right. So I'll look at that more.
And so this Wednesday, and this is why you've got to communicate with your group, someone has to come on during the office hours, and it can be a set time or it can be at 9:30 to go over your thumbnails for each deliverable and catch up, whatever. So someone has to talk to me on Wednesday during the meeting, during the studio from 9:30 to 10:30, or I have my office hours from 1:30. So we could do it then. But someone from the group, and it doesn't have to be you, Kathy, or Sarah. It can be someone else. But Kathy, if you're the person, you got to get the information from the other people so that you can go through it with. Okay, so the next deliverables are thumbnails on Wednesday, roughs on Friday, digital finals on Sunday. And that's a lot.
Okay.
Definitely by today, I'm suggesting by today, everyone have their assignment. If Sarah, let's say you're doing which one do you think you're doing of those 3?
I'd rather do the either the final or the sketches.
Oh, you would like to do like all 3, but do the thumbnails for all 3?
I enjoy doing thumbnails because it's my favorite part of the projects every single time. So
I never thought about dividing it like that, but you could do it like that. But I would say by today, you must communicate to your group, you're doing this part. Whoever else is in your group. And
I usually ask them what they're best at, and then they tell me what they'd enjoy doing the most, and then that helps us all do what we're good at.
You know what? I had never thought about dividing it like that. That is fabulous. Yes, please do it like that.
Okay.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, interesting. Most groups, they divide it. One's going to do the whole process for the car. One's going to do the whole process for the letter. But the way you've described it is just fine. Perfect. So yes, but definitely communicate that, I would say today, so that everyone knows, so that you don't all of a sudden get to Friday and go, oops, who's doing what? Okay. Questions? Okay, Kathy, you think you can get a hold of the other people and get what they've done and share it with me? And it can be whatever they've done.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that as of right now.
Okay, so I am really, I'm here, I'll keep my team meeting on here till 10:30. But if you email me, between 10:30, I have another class at 11:30, so I can't be on from 11:30 to 12:30.
I'll tell you what I get.
Okay. Okay, well, I will talk to you guys on Wednesday.
All right, have a nice day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.